Tomorrow's game between Ireland and France is probably the most difficult to predict out of the three of and to preview the three games this weekend. Ireland are misfiring, we know that. This is an opportunity for the Irish, though, to get some of those combinations to work and to actually possibly experiment with some new combinations that could help them going forward. I can see some of the young players like Larmour and Stockdale, lighting up the crowds tomorrow. But here's the thing. The French are inconsistent, so we don't know which French team's going to turn up and what mood they're going to be in. It's a mindset with the French, I believe, as well as a selection problem that Jacques Brunel has, where he cannot have consistent selection. It would be nice to see a starting lineup that's very similar to the lineup from the weekend before. It doesn't generally happen. He averages 6 to 8 changes per game. And that's an issue that the French have had for about a decade, is their selection policy is chaotic. I don't know what the French selectors are doing. They seem to select for game rather than for tournament longevity and planning ahead. They seem to just go, right, this game, here's some players, they're going to play. Next game, here's some players, play. They just cobble a team together for each test match, it seems. The weather's going to have a massive impact to play, and I think it favours Ireland. It's going to be heavy rain, really testing conditions. The French have lesser fitness, and the French discipline is not as good. The Irish have a better fitness level. It's going to come down. It's going to be a slogfest tomorrow. It's not going to be running rugby. It's not going to be flowing flair rugby. I think these two games today are going to be more entertaining than the game tomorrow. I think it's going to be an efficient performance from Ireland. I think the French. I think the French are going to try and throw it around a bit, but I don't think the conditions are conducive for that with what is predicted tomorrow rain-wise and the possibility of snow. It's not going to be warm. It's going to be very windy, very wet, very cold with a wind chill factor. This is not the game to be laissez-faire, flair rugby, flowing it about. You need a bit of structure. The French don't have enough structure in place. I think that's going to do them tomorrow. Plus, I think the French are going to be doing a lot of defending in very testing conditions, and we know the French fitness is not good enough. Especially the second half performances generally, but not last weekend notwithstanding, haven't been there. And they drop off a cliff. And if you put the French under pressure early on, their mentality isn't great. There's not enough leadership from this French side. Bastareaud and Girardot notwithstanding, the other senior players do not step up to the plate leadership-wise. Picamoles underwhelms me as a leader, and he's too loose with ball carrying. He does lose possession going into contact a lot. And if the conditions are as bad as they're going to be tomorrow as the people are predicting, ball retention is going to be important. And I think the French, for all their good offloading and their all cheeky little passes that they had against Scotland and to a certain extent against Wales in the first half, I don't think this is the game to do it. I think the advantage is with the Irish. They're at home, but the Irish aren't playing well. So this is an opportunity. This could be a draw. This could be a cheeky French win. This could be an Irish win. It's going to be a close game. It's not going to be a blowout. The conditions, I think, are going to nullify a lot of free flowing rugby. It's going to be an arm wrestle. I think that possibly doesn't necessarily suit Ireland per se, but this is a French side, and French fitness is nowhere close to any other team in the Six Nations. I'm going for an Irish win. The weather is going to seriously disrupt. On an Irish note, though, they need to give more protection to Johnny Sexton. So when they have ball in hand, Sexton needs to come slightly deeper, and his outside backs or the outside waiting receivers need to come up slightly flatter for it to work. Sexton's too flat to the defensive line, and his outside players waiting to receive the ball are too deep. They need to reverse that. They need to become flatter, and he needs to go deeper to give him a bit more space, because they are going to target him in defence. The French, they will use him as a tackle bag. The Italians did put him off his game. The English did put him off his game. The Scots tried as well. Sexton has been targeted by the three teams so far. The French will target him as well, partly because he has played in France, and a lot of the French players will know a lot about Sexton, but he needs to be slightly deeper, and his receivers need to be slightly flatter for the Irish attack to work more efficiently. That's a weakness I've seen. Sexton's becoming a bit too isolated because he's too flat, and his waiting receivers are too deep, and he has been used as a tackle bag. So that's where the Irish need to protect him a little bit more, is altering his depth and their depth, and Sexton coming deeper, and the back line or the receivers coming a slightly flatter, slightly shallower line, and that will then leave less time for the French defence to set themselves for the receiver, but then that means they can't target Sexton as easily, which means Sexton can be more effective, ball in hand, distributing out of the 10 channel into the inside-outside centre channels of 12 and 13. But there we go. Thank you very much for watching. I'm going for an Irish win. I'm not going by a big margin. It's going to be a close game. I honestly think the weather conditions are going to nullify a lot of the strengths for both sides. And I think there could be a lot of scrums and lineouts because of penalties and knock-ons. So it's going to be an interesting game. Thank you very much for watching. We'll have to see what happens tomorrow. Please like and subscribe. Place your comments below, and I'm off to watch Scotland versus Wales on the TV. So I shall see you soon with my match reviews. See you later.